where we're at, TNT.
In the land of footy madness where the crowds collide, Taz, Todd and Egi, we're ready for the ride. Taz rocks the blues with Crips in his heart. Viewers' questions coming now, that's just the start. Goals and speckies in the heat of the game. AFL glory, yeah, it's all the same. TNT Footy, we're living the dream. With Taz, Todd and Egi, we're a winning team.
G'day everyone, welcome to TNT Footy. I'm Taz, and beside me we've got Egi, and that side we've got Moisty. How are we, Egi?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you today, Taylor?
Good, mate. Good. You go, Moisty?
Yeah, not too bad. I see your internet's got much better, mate, since last week.
Look, we've got NBN coming out tomorrow, okay? So hopefully they can fix this shit.
Hopefully.
No, it was another good round of footy, boys. It was a bit, few average games, but there were a few pretty good games.
Before we get started, just say hello to Hugh, Jolie, Zoe, George, Kelzo, and Turtle. Welcome, everyone.
Welcome, everyone.
Welcome, guys. Thanks for joining. So tonight we've got a big show, as always. We've got, and if I cut out, let me know, but we've got round 14 results. We're going to have a look at Moisty's controversial call, which I'm excited to see what it is this week, I think. And then we've got Woo Girls Wowee. We've got some questions where I will explain what happened later. Then we're going to update provide an update on our tipping. And I believe someone's went a bit early over the weekend.
It did go a bit early, but yeah.
It went way early. Yep. But before we get into that, make sure you like this video and share it to help us reach our goal of 500 followers this season.
Wonderful.
All right, let's get into it. All the way back on Thursday.
Oh, now this was a dead game. I think everyone was asleep by halftime on this game. Maybe quarter time, but it was Bulldogs versus St Kilda.
I think Saints were still asleep anyway.
Yeah, Saints never come off the bye as well, so they'll be. I think they come off the bye, didn't they?
Sorry, Zoe. She's just come back into chat and we're shitting on St Kilda already.
You are correct. They did come off the bye.
Yeah, come off the bye. They're a bit sluggish, and good to see Darcy back though.
Very good to see Darcy back.
Kicked a few goals early.
So important.
I thought it was going to be quiet, him being in his first game back, but no.
Yeah, no, come back huge. And it's big in for them too, because it's got a lot to focus on the forward 50. They looked a bit more organised in there this week than last week.
It's crucial for their structure.
And Windhager kept Marcus Bontempelli quiet for what? According to Spoke.
Yeah, now taggers are back, boys. Taggers are back, and I'm all about them. I'm all about taggers. It's one of my favourite roles in the sport. People hate taggers, but if you're a decent player, you work through them. There's ways to work through tags.
Definitely. I picked it too. I said Windhager would keep him quiet.
Yep. It might keep Akos quiet this week too, but we'll...
Lovely. All right. Moving on, we've got Hawthorn and Adelaide, which was a behind shootout.
Now, this was actually a cracker game apart from the scoreline. It was good everywhere except the scoreboard. This was an absolute cracker of a game. There was some fast-paced footy. There was some slow, miserable footy, but I enjoyed this game a lot. It was just the inaccuracy that cost this game from being a masterpiece, I think.
Is this the reason why they want a roof on Tassie Stadium?
I believe so. I think it's way too cold. Way too cold down there.
But then let me put this. If they're going to roof that takes away from football. Football's supposed to be a winter sport played in winter venues, winter activities. If we're going to do that, just play every game at Marvel. If you want a roof, just play every game at Marvel. Like, I like the MCG and I like Adelaide Oval and I like those other stadiums without roofs. The Gabba, the fucking Perth, every stadium except Marvel, really, that doesn't have a roof. I like it. I like wet football. I like the sloppiness, the contest. It shows just different type of players in those games.
Look, when they played in GWS played in Canberra and it snowed a few years back.
Yeah, and it's
Good.
just a different animal. Look at the NFL. They play in snow. There'd be an
Yeah.
inch and a half of snow on the ground, and they ran out in that. If we
Soccer,
snowed, I'd love to see it play in that, but I don't think we need roofs. I
No, I
reckon,
agree.
yeah, I reckon can the roofs. I don't care if it's an open stadium. I like the cold, wet, sloppy football. I played in it. You played in it. Everyone played in it, and it was fun part about playing footy, the wet weather
Oh,
football.
look at last weekend in the mud at the MCG. It was great.
It was all the games that I did last weekend very tight.
Yeah, tight wet weather footy, and it brings the worst clubs back too. Like
That's
it
why you
evens the
like it.
contest. Oh, it's not. I mean, look, if it didn't rain on the weekend, North wins, so it doesn't help North win. It actually hindered them on the weekend. But I like wet weather football because it makes closer games, harder games, tougher bodies, more contests, which is what I enjoy about football. I love the contest. I hate this free flow and running fucking open games. If I love the hard in smashing into each other. The bump's dead, which wet weather football you need a bump.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair. Any takeaways from this game, or do you think it's too hard because of the style of game that was played?
It was just wet and slippery, so you don't know.
Yeah, it's wet, cold, and slippery.
But both
Yeah.
these teams are contenders.
Okay, catch up on
Absolutely.
chat. We got Turtle Pies, one game in 22 days. Not be surprised if Saints win next week. Bree's got a putt from nobody kicking. Great. Artie's also put evening boys. You never walk alone, but where the f is Spud's hat? We know the drill. Artie tell you every week. If you want to wear a hat, just jump into Patreon, and join up.
And Georgie agreeing with me, it is a winter sport.
Yeah, 100%. It is. It is.
Then we got the next game. Now, I didn't really watch this one, but Brisbane GWS.
I didn't watch much of it, but I did watch the mini.
Now, what
How
I
was it?
gathered from this is Brisbane missing again cost them.
I think it did, but I think they were right into it up until about like they were ahead actually, should I say, up until sort of when Payne went down, firm now ACL, and that sort of changed the momentum and it went to pulled their way back in and sort of started to play.
Yeah, because
They had 31 shots, though. 31 shots is huge.
13 goals, 18's terrible kicking.
It is. And like Brozza always says, bad footy is bad kicking's bad footy.
And it is. Now, that was the night you and me went to a show, and I'm going to give her a bit of a plug because I didn't think I'd enjoy it, Tassie, but it was a fantastic show. Now, it's the Rent. You're going to have to get the name of this. We went down and watched the mate's wife performing this. You're going to have to say the name. Oh, a mate too. Yeah, mate. But you're going to have to say the name of venue because I forgot, Tassie, but get down and check it out. It's called Rent, and it's showing at
Shirley Burke Theatre
Shirley
in Parkdale.
Oh,
No,
is it
and I
still on, is
thought,
it?
yeah, it's got one more week. They got
Okay.
Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, Sunday. So
So
I thought it was a cracker.
I asked Taz last week, and he goes, "Is there only one show?" He goes, "Yeah, I think so."
Oh, Taz doesn't know what he's talking about.
He's as slow as the
There was
internet.
only one. There was one show that mattered, and that was the one where Zoe played the role that she did.
Yeah,
And
Zoe was in, but
She was.
it was a cracking
incredible.
show. And yeah, I didn't think I'd enjoy it, but we had an absolute ball and it was a great show. So get down and check that out. Oh, back to the football.
Absolutely.
Yeah, terrible kicking.
Yeah, exactly. But Hogan, I think Hogan kicked 6-2. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think he did.
Yeah, right back in the right back in the Coleman hunt again. I think it's a
Oh, I don't
two-man
think
race
so.
now.
I don't
It's a
think he is.
two-man race. It's Hogan v
It was.
Cameron. Oh, until Cameron
was
just
until
set sail
The
again.
next game.
But it's a
Till the
two-man
next game.
race.
That's a good segue.
It's Hogan versus Cameron for this Coleman. It's a two-man race. He does
It's a
play
good-
West
oh, no,
Coast again. Sorry?
Georgiana's did it right too.
Yeah, well, I think he's a few off.
That's a good segue though into the next game, which Cats supporters would be pretty happy about, but not so much Bombers.
Yes, now I actually knew a Bomber supporter. He said, I'm not going to this game. It's going to be a terrible game. I'm not going. He ended up going. He had a rough Friday night. He's like, oh, I'll go to the football. So him and his wife went to the football, and he reckons he was gone at quarter time. Was out the door at quarter time, off to a pub, made pie and stump. He had a few beers, and then by 3/4 time, sick of this, and started driving home.
Yeah, I can understand that. Geelong look very, very good.
Bloodbath. And if they're not the team to beat, they're very close this season.
I think there's still 3 or 4 come finals.
In front of them?
No.
Oh, you mean 3 or 4 teams competing? Yeah, I've got 2. I reckon it's a 2-horse race now.
Yeah, I've seen a couple
Geelong
of
and Collingwood.
I've got Geelong and Collingwood, 2-horse race. They're the 2 miles out in front. Both older. Now, is this going to change the list a lot? Because they're both older teams now.
I
The
don't think they
older
are.
teams,
I don't think Geelong's that old.
they're still old. They've still got a
Some of
bit
them
of
are, but
experience in the team. But is this going to trade the way we keep players now? They might not retire them so early.
it depends if they keep standing up. But they
That we're
might
going to
worry a bit.
see. Well, we're going to see him hold on because it's only a couple of years ago. Boomer got sent away early, and they didn't want to keep him because of his age, where he probably could have kept going. But will we start seeing that more often now? Players playing into their 40s and 38s, 39s, and 40s?
Well, I think the way sports science is now, players understand their bodies more and they can be a little bit more vigilant with what they're putting into their body and the way that they do their training loads. So I think gone are the days of, you get to 30 and you got to look at retiring. I think you can go on for another 5-6 years now.
So what I got from that is yes, we're gonna go deep. Collingwood leading the way. So this was absolute bloodbath. Jezza
Am I
Cameron
cutting out still?
yeah, cutting out. We were waiting for you to finish talking, and then you just mouth just was open. It was like I was like, all right. Yeah, so we got Collingwood. Jezza being huge again. Basilenko, I think he's favourite for the Brownlow.
Yeah, he's favourite.
Got to be favourite to the Brownlow. He's miles clear in my book now. He's just showing up every week. Sorry.
I'll just do this because I can't talk.
Yeah, but other than that, I think it was a bloodbath we all knew was coming. Debutant for Essendon was pretty good. He'll probably get the rising star because I think West Coast one's too old to get the rising star this week.
Oh, yeah. And then we got another debutant this week.
Oh no, they had 2 this week
Oh, really?
too. I think they're blooding about 8 kids this year now. Yeah. They're up to about 8, which is good signs. Means they're trying to get into the rebuild early. Next game. Now, next game was actually absolute cracker. Me and Tassie were watching North Melbourne versus Fremantle, and North showed a lot, but just not have experienced enough, I suppose.
Can't win.
Unfortunately, they kicked the same amount of goals, so Moisty gets another week off as well.
Gets another week off. I still owe you boys 7 Ks, I think.
Oh,
so we might get that. Well, it's
been
raining.
You don't owe us. Yeah, don't owe us. You owe the viewers.
Yeah.
You owe the viewers, but it's been raining. I can't run in the rain. I have to get a treadmill.
Okay.
But no, we were saying, me and Taz, they just don't know how to win. They led every stat there is to lead in a game, apart from points.
Yeah, and I think there's a few rough calls near the end there.
Yeah, you can't blame that. Larky's holding the ball on the line, should have been paid, but you can't blame that. Like, you get them some games, you don't get them others. They should have won this game, just hands down.
There was 4 missed high free kicks.
Yeah, but you get them both ways as well.
Geez, you feeling all right?
They should have run through these. Oh, very, very sensible. Like, I don't blame the umpires always. You get them rough calls, and they just got to learn how to win. It'll come.
Go back 6 weeks. It was I'm giving up footy.
I'm close. Once Tassie come in, I think I'm out the door because I'm not putting up with the bye every week.
Just to catch up on chat, Calzo put cracker of a game referring to GWS Brisbane. Turtles got what is costing Brisbane is they're so easy to score against. Even they score well, they still leave 80 plus every game. Those with the love heart for you boys going to the show. Lagers, hey guys, got to do a podcast myself soon, but I'll make sure I rewatch. Congratulations going on another podcast. Artie's got free kick fest at Guess to Who. Still biggest pretenders and chokers. George's got, I think, Cat's Pies right now with everyone. Brody D's got. What's the interest on the old kilometres as Todd? Is it one?
Yeah, I don't know if we've got any interest. I don't know if the league's going to hold some interest. I haven't run for a couple of months, so we'll just get through the 7, and then if I'm feeling good, we'll keep going.
Well, interest rates are going down, so it looks good for you, Todd.
It looks good, you reckon? What are we at, 1%? Every 100 I owe 1.
All right, let's keep moving. Port and Melbourne.
Now, I thought Melbourne were going to absolutely run over the top of them, but to Port's credit, they showed a lot of heart, and Melbourne need to learn how to enter their 50. That's the only takeaway we can take from this.
But it goes back to both of the clubs being inconsistent this year.
It is, and if Melbourne, and it's a big thing, and I keep saying it, they reckon they're missing a forward. They're not missing a forward. They're missing their entries into the 50. It's just long. It's the only play they have kick it long. And it doesn't work against the better sides in the comp because they have these intercept markers that, and they should know their team's one of the best at doing it. Yet they play that style of footy against other teams.
Yeah, you can't do it anymore. You need to change lanes.
Especially with the zones everyone's playing. You can't bomb long to zones because then all of a sudden you've got a 4-on-1 because the zone collapsed.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. Cozzy Pickett was lively early.
He did nothing from halftime. He had 2 touches in the second half. He had 3 goals and 14 posies in the first half, and we thought, oh, he's worth the 1.2. Second half, we're like, he's not worth $1.
He still finishes the game with those stats, though. I don't think he's worth the money. But
midfield.
Yeah, he's a midfielder
midfield. Now. Yeah, so 19 touches and 3 goals.
I was not all excited about this game, but it wasn't bad.
No, it was a great game. It was just that was Hugh Tanner. It was a good game up until Melbourne inaccuracy and the bomb long. The bomb long doesn't work. They even Port Adelaide went a tall defender down with O'Leary going off the ground in the last quarter, and they still bombed it long and still couldn't get it through. So it just shows it doesn't work.
Yeah, he was struggling with his knee earlier.
Yeah. So he got taken off after, I think it was 3/4 time, and Melbourne should have used that to efficiency or effectiveness, but didn't. And Port Adelaide kept the season alive.
Sorry if you can hear our dog barking.
Oh, no.
I couldn't.
I couldn't either. And moving on to West Coast Carlton, where Carlton got the job done, where they looked pretty good in the first half and his face.
No. First quarter.
Carlton. The first quarter they kicked 8 goals?
So we kicked 43 total. As a total score, we kicked 43 in the first quarter.
And you ended up with 43 in the last 3.
Correct.
Where I believe Eagles outscored you in the second half.
Correct.
And
we kicked 2 goals at half time.
Yeah, it's not a stat you want if you're hoping to contend. Now, I'll put this to you. Was it Carlton fumbling, or was it because of their injuries that they slowed down and played that kick chase ball?
It's because we're shit.
Well, I was gonna say that, but I didn't want to say that. You had a big hiatus about you finishing top 6. Carlton after the bye, they're just going to go on a tear. They're going to steam home. Are you still of that opinion?
I am. I still think it'll click for them, but at the moment,
now waiting to click. Now, why you think that Mackay's down, Curno's down for 3 weeks? You've now got
some youth.
Walsh out for 6 weeks. You've got your number 1 player sitting in that forward line, holding the team up. You still reckon you're going to click?
Good.
Yeah.
Harry Lemmy will get a go. No, look, having some youth in, I think will revitalise the group.
Will revitalise it, you reckon? We'll wait to see. But that performance, I don't think should instill confidence. The first quarter, dynamite. I don't know how you can play like that in 1 quarter of football, then stop the last 3. I say this every week when I watch Carlton. I don't know how it's possible. You can't be tired. It's a quarter of football. You haven't run that hard.
It's when in the first quarters, we are probably, and this is probably being a bit biased, but we are one of the best teams to watch at the moment with enjoyment and entertainment. But then we just end up looking like a bottom 4 team.
But I don't understand, West Coast weren't chasing hard. They weren't tackling hard. There was no pressure on you. There was nothing to make you tired. I don't understand Carlton. I don't know why they just stop and play that. We're saying this about St Kilda, backwards, chippy football. It's what you guys have turned into in the last 3 quarters of a game. And I don't know why.
Yeah, 100% agree. And yeah, injury concerns there, but hopefully that opens the door for anyone except Lewis Young. I don't know if that did that finish?
Lewis Young's your man up in the forward line, mate. He's going to hold this team alive. He's the key forward for the next 10 years. Curno's gone this year. Your blood and Lewis Young, he's the new man.
Just to catch up on Hugh Tanner's got good fight from West Coast in the second half. George's got Blues won a quarter and lost 3. Artie's also put waiting on a mate. It's like waiting on Carlton to wake up. George also got 10 goals in the first half, 2 in the second. He's got Durden and Silvani. The reason that I watch Carlton at the moment, as a Pies fan, I still watch haha. So it's got 2 years ago, Carlton should have sacked Boss and traded McKay, Cripps and Walsh while they had value. Could have started a quick rebuild.
Terrible call.
Well, I don't think it's terribly terrible. You haven't won a flag yet, so we'll wait to see the next 4 years. If you don't win a round in 4 years, it probably could be a very good call.
Terrible call.
But terrible call at the moment because I reckon they're still hunting. I don't think they're still hunting. I think their window's gone.
Well, they were almost in the grand final 2 years ago, 2023. They had Brisbane on the ropes with 6 front
and they've gone backwards since.
They have. All right, let's keep moving through. So, we're up to controversial call already.
Yeah, we've got one this week, boys. Now, this is just a little thing I've been thinking of. Everyone's complaining about Carlton, Collingwood only playing at 5 grounds. I've got a way to fix it.
Excuse me for a second. I'm just going to mute myself.
No, I've got a solution for this. I'm going to call it the Great Tour. Now, everyone plays. If you're a Melbourne team, the Great Tour, you have 7 home games. We're going to play 21 games for the season. You have 7 home games. Then the other 14 games, you play 2 in the West, 2 in Sydney, 2 in the Gabba, 2 at Gold Coast, 2 at Tassie, and 2 at Adelaide Oval. So it's called the Great Tour. You travel 14 times no matter where you are. If you're Gold Coast, you go to all the other states twice and you play 7 at Gold Coast. I reckon we do it. Just call it the Great Tour. Then no one can complain. Everyone's got 14 away games. Everyone's got 7 home games. And you tour the country. Everyone sees every club.
Yep.
That's my thoughts anyway. Just play Sydney versus West Coast down at Tassie and we'll just give everyone a show.
Then what happens with North Melbourne? How do they get to sell their games?
No, they don't. Everyone goes on tour. I never said it'd work. I was just been thinking about it. I thought, why not? We'll just throw it out. I didn't really have a controversial call this week, so I thought, we'll come up with a great tour.
Sorry, guys, I missed it. Moisty, can you go through it again, please, mate?
Great. All right, we'll go through it again.
I'm joking.
Oh, did you actually hear it? Because I've been thinking about it for a while, and I'm like, this will save the. Because at the moment, Carlton's copping a lot of stick because they've played at 5 grounds this year, and that's all they're going to play at. 5 grounds isn't enough, so let's get everyone on the Great Tour. 2 away game and a home game at every state that is not yours, and then 7 home games, and that's your 21 games, boys.
Collingwood don't travel to Marvel, and Carlton don't travel either, by the sounds of it.
No, 5 grounds you're playing at this Adelaide Oval, Marvel, MCG, and you've played. Where'd you play this? Over West,
SCG,
and SCG. They're 5 grounds that you play this year.
I don't know how it works.
I don't think it'll work. I just thought, we'll just stop people whinging. We'll get the Great Tour going, and we'll just share a bit of footy everywhere. It won't work for the economics of the AFL because they won't have Carlton and Collingwood selling 80,000 tickets every week, which is what they need.
And they'll be playing away teams.
But also look at North. They made $2 million from the weekend and the weekend before.
Exactly, mate. And we probably had the most home victories at West Coast. Well, the best winning percentage of any West Coast team this year at home. 50%. The other two can't say they're 50% at home.
Terrible. It is.
I didn't look that up. Like that don't quote me.
It was like that meme you saw last week, wasn't it?
Yeah. It's got who's the biggest team in the West Coast, and it's got Eagles, and then who's the other one? Freo, and then it's got the little Roo down the bottom. What about me? But anyway, that's my controversial call. So get into the next save, which is my favourite.
Before we get there, we'll just catch up on tack. Huge Hunter's got Cripps will be a lifer, eh? George has got Taylor, no toilet breaks. Artie's also could have grabbed a hat spud. But yes, now we're moving into...
Woo girls, wowee! Jeez, Eggy's interrupted me on the girls. I've been hold that S for a while, but let's go, Eggy. Take us away, mate.
Wowee, how good is Geelong looking at the moment? Their ability to intercept the ball out of Essendon's defensive half was quite impressive, and to send it back to hit targets over and over again, wowee. I think they have to be the premiership favourites at the moment. The fact Geelong don't play Collingwood again in this home and away season is quite disappointing. Both being the benchmark consistency with at the moment, but I think Geelong looking the better at the moment.
And Geelong with the chocolates over Collingwood too.
They did. Or more Paddy Dangerfield than chocolates over Collingwood. I think they were Collingwood were winning in the first 3 quarters, and then Paddy Dangerfield woke up in the fourth quarter and muscled his way over the line.
Yeah, no, I'm agreeing with you. I think they're 1-2. They're 1-2, and they're a clear 1-2 now. Brisbane being so disappointed. Brisbane, Adelaide are on the second line, but these two are clear 1 and 2 for mine.
But yeah,
I still think Brisbane are going to be there come grand final.
Like Dan Does Footy said, look like they will take out everything. The Brownlow, the minor premiership, the Coleman. If they make it to the grand final, I'm backing homes for Norm Smith. Special mention to the big 3 names. They will dominate the betting. Old Jezza, Basilenka, and Danger. Yeah, I reckon.
Well, I think the minor premier's not out of it. The Coleman's nearly a seal, and the Brownlow's got a $3 favourite. So you
absolutely, Norm Smith could be either Baz, Jez, Danger, or Holmes. It could be any one of them.
But there's 2 teams that play in it. It could be someone that kicks 8 for the other team and loses. You don't know.
True.
Jamie Elliott.
Yeah, Jamie Elliott could have 8 on the board in a losing Collingwood grand final.
This just quickly. This was the first weekend that Jamie Elliott hasn't kicked 5 goals in a while.
They have a bye.
But big matchup to look at this week to give us a little insight is Windhager on Nakos. See if Nick can do what the Bont delivered over the weekend. And Geelong going up against the reigning premiers Brisbane, coming off 2 straight losses. Hopefully Lions can show us some flaws in their system so everyone can find a way to beat them. So, just like Taz says, he thinks Brisbane's still up there, so this will be their biggest test to see if they're going to come back or not.
Absolutely. Look, with Geelong, it just goes back to being how good of a coach Chris Scott is.
Yes. And this one also, I agree with that, but this one also could be the only benchmark we get between Geelong and Collingwood because it's the only team they both play coming home. It's a contender. So Brisbane play Collingwood in 2 weeks, I think, and they play Geelong next week. So if Geelong blow them out the water and Brisbane get a hold of Collingwood, we might have new favourites. You don't know. And the other way around, if Brisbane get a hold, it just puts Collingwood that tier in front.
Definitely.
All right. Tipping.
That was good.
Oh, Tazzy, that's terrible. We can't understand you.
Yeah, I couldn't even get that one.
No, I didn't
I said that was good, Eddie. Good wowie.
Good, thank
you. What a good wowie. We love the wowie.
But yeah, tipping. It's going off. Oh, sorry. Didn't have the sheet up. There we are. Russell went the early crow and already had the money spent by Sunday morning when he was the only one who tipped GWS over Brisbane. But fortunately for everyone, he fell short picking Demons over the Power. Melbourne's multiple weeks of inaccuracy really costing them and Brosser. In saying that, we jackpot to $200 this week, everyone.
$200. Get behind us.
But if you haven't yet joined tipping, check out the link below.
Yeah, you win $250 for winning this comp, and this week we're giving away $200. So if there's any point to join it, just join now and just take the money and run.
Yep, but
absolutely.
Up in the lead on 89 is Triple R Kumar still, with Big Jam 1 point behind. Then we've got Oscar Kilo and Pump Headed on 86. I think Zoe's meant to climb up to 10th. BJK is up there at 9th. Who else have we got?
Our very own show superstar Zoe has climbed up to 10th.
And we got Magpies at 16th. Blue Boy 29 at 21. Calzo's at 25th. Crakey's at 26th. Haley at 27th. Oh, Will.i.am 29th and Brosser on 30.
And just to clarify with Turtle, it's not 200k. Aggie hasn't said K for a while. She's just a $200, mate. If it's 200k, I'm not paying it. Tassie's the bank manager. You might have to pinch some from the vault.
We'll send you a check.
As long as you promise not to cash it.
We'll take it from our new social media managers.
Yeah, we'll let them pay for it.
And just on that, all those in chat, if you haven't noticed, our socials have been a lot more active this week, and it's because we've got a couple of people on board who are helping us greatly.
Yeah, shout out for those, though. 200 singles here. Yeah, I can send you 200 ones if you want. Coins, though. It might be a bit heavier for parcel. It might cost us $40 to trans. Yeah. No, it costs us too much to post it, mate. I was just thinking.
If it's you, I'll send them this one. It's a 2023 Premiership Gold coin.
But we don't want that one. Who won that?
I know he wants
it. No one knows who won that one, do they? Can't remember.
He does.
All right, so don't forget if Brisbane, yeah, close. Should have. Umpire descent. Don't forget, we've got the joint form down below. I think Eggie's got the link down there. If you haven't joined up, join up. There's a chance to win $200 this round. And if you've been in the tent, you can win $250 for the year.
Beautiful.
And maybe share it around, and you can make an agreement with the person you invite to the league. So, but just remember, you've got to be on the show. You've got to let us know by Wednesday.
You got to claim it, yeah. If you haven't viewed the show, been live, or got in contact and say you've seen us announce you on the show, you will not get paid.
At all. All right, we'll see how this goes with my connection, but we've got viewers' questions up next.
Do you want me to read them out for you, Tazzy? I can take one for the team this week.
No, did that come through okay?
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah, we're good. All right. So I've got a bit of an admission to make. I stuffed up and I forgot to do the post of getting questions submitted. So Eggie's done the run around late today, and we've got we've got 4 questions here from 2 of our friends. So we appreciate them jumping in. It's Calzo and Turtle, and giving us these questions. So first question, Turtle, how boring is the AFL when Collingwood has a bye?
Now, to be fair, we had 4 cracking games. So it was very electric. That's the first electric of the night, boys. I better spew a few more out. But
I knew something was missing.
Yeah, but there was 4 cracking games, so I don't think it was boring at all.
I don't think it was boring either. I think Turtle just didn't get a multi up. So.
He's a bit average this week.
I didn't think it was boring either at all. But all right, Kelso's got here, which rookie do you think has exceeded expectations and which has flopped?
Now, I'm going to take this one with the recent. We've probably seen the best debutant we've seen in the last couple, maybe this year at least, but maybe the last couple of years with Tom McCarthy out of West Coast.
Oh,
31 touches in the first ever game for West Coast. His first player from West Coast to achieve that this year, and he's done it on debut.
Yeah.
Supercoach, watch out. He's coming to me. Supercoach, you boys get away. I tried drafting him early, but couldn't get into him. The game started. But no, it was very, very good. Very good on the weekend. He was everywhere.
It's huge. And he came from Brussels Club through, last year, and then had 8 games with the VFL Richmond this year. So,
yeah. Good mid-season draft, but he'd be mine. He's impressed me the most, just 1 game in.
And I'm going to go with the flop, and I think that's Isaac Kako.
I don't think he's.
He's kicked 15 goals this season.
I thought my flop was was it Lewis Camporelli or Luke Camporelli? One of them.
Lucas Camporelli.
Yeah, he came out in the first and second game, and I haven't seen it.
He's been good in the VFL. Just
is he injured? No, he's just not playing.
But actually, the rumor is St Kilda, the Flying Viking, might be making his debut this week.
This will make me want to watch St Kilda because I've been waiting for him all year.
Big Alex.
Alex Taru, yeah.
And the other one who's exceeded this year, obviously, is Curtin from Adelaide. He didn't get much game time in his first year, but now he's absolutely exploded on the scene.
Is he?
I'm going to say Riley Sanders.
Sanders as well. Those 2, yeah, both come in. Now the Bulldogs are playing him. He's exploded as well.
But would you call them rookies still?
No, I wouldn't.
Well, they are. It's their second year.
Yeah.
Rookie. They've both played less than 20 games. That's a rookie.
True.
I can say Sam Laylor's been up there. Obviously, Levi Ashcroft's been right up there as well.
Yep.
Your flops, Eggy?
I had that. Was it Lucas Camporelli? That was my flop.
Lucas Camporelli. Who was my flop?
I think Murphy Reed's been good for Freo too. Yeah. He's probably been far exceeded what was expected of him.
Where he was going. I don't have a flop. I reckon the young kids have all been going pretty well.
Actually, Will Hayes, he wasn't that great. I think he's just a little bit too small for the AFL.
He's tiny.
Yeah, he's so little.
The jumper swims off him.
Yeah. See, I don't really notice the kids unless they're playing for North. And all North.
Roster said Ned Long's a rookie. Well, he's fucking sensational.
Oh, Ned Long's been going all right. Yeah.
Well and truly exceeded.
I don't really notice the rookies unless they're North Melbourne or they do something outstanding like West Coast over there.
Welcome, brother, to the chat.
Welcome, brother. We're just talking up your kid out of West Coast.
Yeah, and also your early crow.
And your early crow for the money's mine.
All right, next question. Could Voss still be sacked even if it's after a win? second halves are abysmal against every team now.
I'm gonna say if they miss finals this year, he's gone.
We've got Graham Wright coming in, so it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, finals. No finals this year. He's out. As soon as they're mathematically, I think they'll do a Port Adelaide. As soon as they're mathematically out, he's gone.
Because I look at what Graham Wright did at Collingwood when he went there, and he's the one that had the final say on Grundy leaving and a couple of the big signed players moving to other clubs.
Does that
So
scare you, him coming in then?
No, not at all. I think what the decisions he will that need to be made, he will make.
So one of those might be Kerno, might be
Mackay, TDK,
could be
possibly
all those boys leaving.
Could be.
You happy to start a rebuild?
Looking at where Collingwood is now, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see him lasting the season. The team he's got's too good for where they are, and it's clearly something to do mentally because you can see they play good football.
Yeah.
And then just mentally switch it, whether it's what they've been trained to do, slow down, and I don't know why any team would train to do that, but we see St Kilda do that weekly, so maybe it is the coaching style that's not effective, but
it's stupid.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't understand. I really don't. I can see him playing electric football in that first quarter. They should have won that game by 150 points.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Also, just to catch up on chat, Ross has put, just to clarify, I've been watching the whole show, and to go back up to the top, 2023 Grand Final for Tanner was a great game. Then I was sitting next to Dane Zorko's biggest fan at the pub, and she was quiet at full time. Haha. George Speasley says, woohoo, electric. Tanner's also got, I may or may not have skipped most of this weekend, haha. He was pretty hyped though, Kako, and he's pretty excited to see. He said the kid from Freo, yep, Murphy Reed, and that's when Ross was talking about the Ned Longans. So Ross has also put Nick Haynes signing 2 years deal, I hear.
Yeah, Tazzy's happy to have him on now. He wasn't early, but he's raring to go with him now.
From round 3 onwards, he's been elite.
He's been electric. So good. You could say electric.
No, he's been elite. Better than electric.
There's no better than electric, mate. It goes elite, master, Nick Dacos, Gary Ablett Jr., electric. Electric's like up the top of you, mate. There's no better.
I like it. All right. Fourth and final question here. What player, if you could bench anyone in the league to never play again, who would it be?
Tazzy, don't you answer this because we all know. We all know it is. You don't need to answer this one, mate. We all know who you're going to say. Egi, I'll let you take this one. Who are you benching?
Because it's to never play again. One I'd like to bench is Darcy Moore, but to never play again, I could.
Why would you bench him?
He's been off. He's been
off.
I
think he's been off. Yeah.
I don't think he's hungry enough either.
I don't think he's. But with Maynard still out and walking around in the moon boot, I saw. Hey, I'm so happy.
My one.
It's got to be someone in the whole league.
No one I can think of.
No, Tazzy, all right. Give us yours, mate. We all know who's coming, but give us yours.
No, I want to see if chat can guess who mine is, so I'll go last. Let us know in chat who you think mine is.
Mine would be same deal. If you could do it weekly, I'd have Daniels drop for a week, but then he come out and he was electric on the weekend, so we probably don't need to drop him anymore. But
he wasn't one Nick Dacos. Like it was this week because he was on a bye.
Yeah. I don't know. It's hard, isn't it? Because never play again ever. Like you can't pick a kid because their career's going. Maybe Pendlebury just to keep North Melbourne's most game alive, just to keep Boomer Harvey relevant. I'm going to say Pendlebury.
Terrible.
Get him off.
Are you actually?
Yeah, get him out.
That's horrible.
Just keep Harvey alive.
I'll pick freaking Tristan Xerri there.
You were slung. We've got Zoe picked it hands down. Oh, everyone's picked it, I think. No. Yeah.
Prosser and Zoe.
And Calzo have picked you slung. Now, I understand this one because he's soft. He's soft.
You were slung.
You were slung, mate. No, I wouldn't pick Pendlebury, but it's hard. It's hard because never play again. Like even you were slung. Lewis Young could become an absolute freak if he learned to attack the ball properly, Taz. So you don't want to say you never want to see him play football again.
Yes, I do.
You know what? I'm going to throw one out there. I've got to think of his name now. Bulldogs. What's
Marcus Bontempelli.
no. The one that's out on behavioural issues.
Oh, Jamara.
Jamal Ugahagan.
Oh, mate,
Don't
he
give him
just
another
started training
chance.
again. He just started
Don't
training
give him
again
another
today.
chance. So they get too much
They have
chances.
to.
Don't
They
give
have
him
to give
another
him a
one.
chance because otherwise he's worth nothing when they trade him.
Yeah, don't
That's
give
a
him a
big
chance.
call there, Moisty.
Yeah.
Jeez.
He's backed up too much.
Well, Artie's got Nick Dacos, biggest pussy, never seen a hard ball. He's a
You know
biggest
what?
sook.
Lewis Young goes harder than. Sorry, Nick Dacos goes harder than Lewis
Oh,
Young.
I thought you were about to say Lewis Young goes hard and Dacos. I'm like, don't you insult Dacos like that.
Turtle's got Ash Johnson 100%.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
But yeah, no, it's a pretty tough question to answer only because it's never again.
That's easy.
Like you're just going to kill someone's career just because you
Yeah,
don't
so
like
good.
how they play. No, I'm not answering actually. I think it's too hard of a question.
Maybe since Artie's given the 1-2 blows, maybe I can't even remember him is that kid at the Hawks.
Lewis
Mitchell
Sicily.
Lewis.
Yeah.
Oh, this
I think he's nearly done anyway, isn't he, Sicily? You asked Turtle.
What about
He's
you
been
guys
done
in
for a
chat?
while.
It doesn't have to be from your own teams. Who would you bench or who would you force into retirement?
I
Or
think they all
delist.
followed you and put Lewis Young, didn't they?
Now, it's a very
The
tough
truth.
question, isn't it? Because you're just killing a player's career for really nothing.
Yeah. Like it's
But-
not
and
like
also,
suspension this week. It's suspension for the rest of the.
Yeah, rest of
well, it's
forever.
basically delisting him. Clubs have to do it every year.
Well, not delisting, because delisting, how many delist rookies get another chance? You're saying delisting and never seeing again.
Absolutely.
Artie's got
There's a lot.
Huswaite from the Hawks. Ross has got Ollie Henry. Trying to understand how he gets a game. What about Matt Ellis?
Oof.
Oh, I thought
Hey,
Brozza would have gone always. Hey, we thought he would have gone always, but
Maybe because is he injured? I was excited to see him play yesterday until I realised he wasn't playing.
Yeah, I was pretty keen to see it.
no, boys.
I think it's a good question. It's a tough question. It's a good question.
Turtle Dom Sheed should have retired in 2017. Well, I reckon that's when he became a superstar household name.
But
That's
should
when
retire-
everyone knew who Dom Sheed
He
was.
retired 2016. I'm gonna kick that goal.
Dom Sheed became a household name when he single-handedly beat Collingwood.
Oh, that's funny. And we're pretty much done now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
pretty
So
much done.
now that we don't do the teams and we've got the other show, it flies along pretty quick. We might have to look at another segment, boys.
Well, we are talking
We've got-
about going into the team of the week for the Super Coach.
Yeah.
Check out our socials; that'll be up soon. From our
Absolutely.
Oh, Kelso, Jake Stringer. I wouldn't have even thought of that, but that's a good one.
Oh,
That's
a very good one.
That's a great one, there. Very
Also,
overhyped.
I have locked in a guest for the last Monday of this month.
Ooh.
So stay tuned for that. So the 30th of June.
All right, get excited. And don't forget to subscribe and like and share this so we can get to our 500 subscribers by the end of the season. Also,
Oh, yes, please minimize chat. Hit the like button now while you're here. We would love that so much.
It took me half breath as I was about to go and you've just cut me off. And I had to hold it. But don't
Sorry,
forget to
there's
like the
a
Facebook,
delay.
TikTok, Instagram shop and support us on Patreon if you can.
Yes,
Don't
check
forget
it
you've
out,
got a
Patreon.
chance to win that St Kilda signed Guernsey
Yep.
or jersey, depending who you ask.
Not make believe it is happening. It is there. We've seen it.
It is
It's
real.
just
I
not
found
on the
it.
socials yet.
I haven't seen
I
Taz
found
put a
it.
post up yet. He's just missed it.
found
He
it.
just chucked that out without us knowing. But yeah, don't just support us. Share it around all your St Kilda friends because if someone who wants to win it can, I hope. I don't know.
Actually, there's a lot more St Kilda supporters than I thought.
Yeah, I know a few. Might. Hugh Turner's got Eric Hookwood.
I like it.
Eric Hookwood.
No, I like everyone. And don't forget to tune in
Overrated.
7 o'clock Thursday. Is it 7 or 7:30?
Yeah,
we go
7
Thursday?
o'clock on Thursday.
7 o'clock Thursday night for our tipping show, which goes for about 15 minutes. We catch up on the local the footy news and tips for the week.
Doesn't even know when his own show is.
Well, it changes every week, doesn't it? Really, to be honest.
7 o'clock every week.
And don't forget, with the tip in this week, you have to beat one of us because it is another buy
It is
round.
another
And
buy round. So.
just quickly before we go, what do you think of buy rounds? Can we just scrap
I
them already?
fucking hate him.
Can we just scrap those stupid things already? Or
Just
what?
do one buy round, have a VFL, superstar round or whatever. Just fuck it off.
Yeah, just put a women's round, prime tally football, under
Yeah.
18s on a Saturday night, women's football for the rest of the round, and then that's one and done.
Yeah.
Hey, you know how there's 18 teams?
No.
Yeah, when Tassie comes in, there will be a buy every week. So,
Well,
yes.
you reckon
correct.
they could just run it for like 40 weeks? Or 40.
Well, you
40
got to go
rounds?
36 weeks so
Yeah,
you
and
can
then four rounds
play
is-
everyone too.
Yeah, everyone plays twice and then 4 rounds for 5.
Absolutely.
We're a big fan of this, but the players aren't fans of
Nah,
this, I
nah,
don't think. The players are not fans of this. But yeah,
They'd
as we've
rather
got
play
Hugh
each other
Tanner,
once.
we've got the VFL Showcase, which you can't really do anymore because the VFL Showcase happens every week.
Yeah.
They play Saturday football on free TV is the VFL Showcase. So that happens every week now.
But they could do VFL versus All Stars, or they could do.
But
something
then you're
similar
not
to
getting a
State
buy then. The whole point of the buy round is to give the players a rest. No one's going to play in the superstar side
Or show us the
during
high
their
school
buy.
league, like the Metro versus.
The under 18, that's what I reckon. The
Yeah,
under 18 comp.
instead of having that on a Thursday lunchtime or Friday lunchtime, where we're all working, put it on a Saturday where we can.
Well, normally they have a round robin for a weekend. Just have
They
that
do.
round robin weekend on the AFL bye. I know it's early in the season, but round 14, 15, have the round robin carnival and get us all excited about the new kids coming up.
So I think more and more are starting to look at that under 18 competition and see what players might be picked up by their clubs as well, especially father sons. I know over the last sort of 3-4 years, I've started to get a lot more into it because of the father sons that are coming through. But then you other players catch your eye as well. So I think it's a great idea.
We've got Brozza, TAC Cup. I was trying to remember the name, but that's where I fell in love with Matt Rao, TAC Cup. So if we can get that just on the bye weekend, that'll get a lot more viewers on the young kids coming through, and then you'll get more excited about finishing laugh because I might get this kid.
And then
Definitely,
also,
unless they're an NBA product.
When we talked about Hawthorn versus Collingwood going to be a dress one, you and Turtles bet, it ended up being
Yeah, well, it's not going to happen now because it's. I think they're both secure, aren't they? They can't fall
is there
out.
a team that play in Melbourne on that?
It's in 3 weeks.
Friday night we got Geelong versus S. No, it's not in 3 weeks. August 7th.
So say August 7, but let's just put this into perspective, right? There is no way Hawthorn is jumping out because Hawthorn play. I've got 2024. Sorry, let's get 2025. Why does it always come up 2024? So Hawks have got leading into this North Melbourne, St Kilda, Freo at Port Adelaide, Carlton, and Adelaide. They're not going to lose 4 of those to get them eliminated out of the finals. There is no dress wearing happening at all.
Isn't it whoever finishes lower?
No, it was whoever finishes outside the 8. We both thought the other teams wouldn't be in the 8. We've got it clipped, as we know, but we thought it was both teams. I thought Collingwood wouldn't make the 8. He thought Hawthorn would put the bet. Whoever's lowest outside the 8 by the time that game come around. But if they're both in the 8, it's a what?
Yeah.
We've been trying to get old Carlton put into this bet, but Tassie wouldn't take it.
We can see why though. Was paying $1.
But yeah, I don't think there's going to be a dress, but we will be going to a few games this season to round it off, I think. But we'll get you back on those ones. All right, we've managed to.
We might have one coming up that we go to pre-game and do a bit. I don't know what that was.
It's in my calendar, but I don't want to touch my phone.
Okay, fair call.
All right. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and don't forget to like. We managed to dribble on for another 10 minutes there, guys. So you've got another 10 minutes of us.
On chat, they Boss was saying TSC Cup played over the weekend. Tells us all-star skills comp like the NBA do. Brody says pickleball round robin.
Now I'm big, and this is big across the AFL for that TAC Cup to be played during the only bye. I don't
Yep.
think the AFL will lose much. They could even put those games in the MCG and Marvel, get those kids playing at bigger grounds, and then you'll get fans there to watch it.
Yeah, absolutely, you will.
I mean, we'll go there.
Absolutely.
We'll go there to watch the future stars of the comp. I'd go to a couple of those games, and
I'll play,
I think that's the way we've got to go. I don't know why the AFL hasn't taken this on to supporters. The AFL want it. The players want it. The fan base want it. The players want it. It's just the AFL holding us back.
Pretty much. But all right, let's wrap it up, boys. Done.
All right. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in, and let's hope next week's an explosive round of footy.
No, we do that Thursdays now, mate. What are you doing?
Let's hope
Well,
the news
you're
come
cutting
out
in and
and
out, mate.
explosive.
See you Thursday.
There you guys.